The game crashed. Howdy. Hello. Welcome to the Blanket Fort stream. Welcome to the Sunday Vibe Day. Hello. Howdy. Hope everyone's doing wonderful. Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome. Hi. Howdy. Hello. Welcome to the Blanket Fort stream. Hope everyone's doing well. Hello, not here right now. Hello, Fondle, hello, Sparrow. Hello, May. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome. Sorry the stream started a little bit late. It's mostly because I've been trying to fucking set this blanket fort up. And here we are now. Hold on. I think I need to, like, have the light down here. Hello. Welcome. Hi. Is that a new camera? Is there a cat behind you? Okay, so what's happening right now is that I'm streaming on my laptop. So the camera that I'm using is the laptop camera. I'm not using my usual camera that I use. I have the what's it called? I have the laptop camera on because it's going to be way easier for me to set up and stuff. So, yeah. And also we have hold on. What I'm going to do actually is I have Pokemon behind me. So you have Reggie. You have Rowlet Vibe, and you have Wheezing over there. And then also on this side, I don't know if you'll be able to see, they have Taken Casualty. We have a little Bread. We have Grookey, and there's a Bulbasaur behind me as well. Believe you me when I tell you, it's been relatively hard to try to it's been relatively hard to kind of just set this up. So here we are. Hold on. You know what? Let's do a like copyright free chill playlist. Why not? There we go. So if you in case you have not fallen asleep, this will be the time you fall asleep. Hello. With the exception of work, I spent the past 2 days in the blanket nest. Let's go. Yeah, I remember it's the blanket. Your blanket nest is what inspired me to do this. I was like thinking like, oh yeah, you know, we should do a blanket, like a blanket fort, like a pillow fort. And then I was like, wait a second. I could do that for Sunday Vibe Day, so here we are. Here we are with a little blanket fort. Just vibing, just chilling. I wish I could have like more light here. It's very hard to get light here, so yeah. So this is the lighting that we're gonna go with. Pokemon cats and thing, yes. The Stuffies VIP guess any good blanket for... Oh, yeah, exactly. They're just vibing, they're chilling. You can't see them because of my shadow, obviously. Unfortunately, but yeah. Wait, did the new camera not arrive? Oh, no, it did. It's on my computer. But since we're using the laptop, I'll just use the normal, like, laptop webcam for this because it's going to be easier. Because for the camera that I have for the computer, I need to download like software, and it's going to be a pain in the ass to do so. So yeah. Anyway, hi. We're gonna be doing a little Sunday Vibe Day today. It's not gonna be a too long of a Sunday Vibe Day. It's not gonna be like your usual 4 hours of Sunday Vibe Day. What we're instead gonna be doing today is we're gonna be reading bedtime stories. And I'm going to try and have this be put up on YouTube as well, on my BassedOlaf channel. The VOD will be up on the VOD channel as well, but I want to try and put this on the normal channel as well at some point. So that should be fun. But falling asleep will happen. There's enough. We can see your face, and there's not too much to harsh the vibe. Yeah, exactly. I really wanted to like at least try and get like some LEDs, maybe like some RGB lighting, but it's too late now. ASMR stories. I'm not gonna be doing like ASMR. I'm gonna be doing like mostly just normal bedtime stories. We have a few from the last time I've tweeted this, because I've tweeted this like a long time ago, asking if people could send me oh shit. Little dude. Little dude with the resub, I appreciate it. Big hype in the chat means a hell of a lot. Thank you very much for the resub. Welcome back to Bushka's house. You're still much else as grandchild. I hope you enjoy your stay. Thank you very much for the resub. Big hype in the chat means a hell of a lot. Unfortunately, no waifus and husbandos today. I know I have it in the title, but we're gonna skip the waifus and husbandos for tonight because it's gonna be a little bit kind of maybe like ruining the vibe. So yeah, how you doing, little dude? Have your brother been terrible at checking in and whatnot, but I hope you're doing good. I'm doing wonderful, thank you much for asking. Hope you're doing good. Also, happy Easter to everyone who celebrates it. Happy Easter to those who celebrate it. I hope you had a wonderful time. I hope you spent time with family. If you didn't, I hope you spent time with your loved ones. If you didn't, hope you had a wonderful time by yourself. I bet it was good. I hope some of you got your presents. I hope some of you got got what you wanted. I actually got what's it called? My first ever, actually. I got my first ever electric toothbrush today. So that was fun. But you know for a fact that I'm gonna be brushing my teeth electrically now, which is wild. Because I've always had like a normal tooth. Why do I do that motion? Because I've always had a normal toothbrush, and I've kind of always wanted an electric toothbrush. So that would be so now we got it. So yeah, that's nice. Especially after I remove my hooteners to use as a pillow. What the fuck? I did 60 Easter breakfast and dinners at work. Jesus Christ! But I got to return to the nest after. Well, I hope the nest has relaxed you and calmed you down a little bit. And here we are with our own little kind of like blanket fort, hoping that it's not gonna fucking like crash on me, because believe you me, for like the past hour I've been trying different ways for a blanket fort to do a blanket fort, and this was the best scenario. This was the best thing I could do, because the other ones just these stands that I usually use for green screen just kept on falling down, and I wouldn't be surprised if they fall down on me at some point during the stream. So yeah. Oh, hello Kaiser, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. Welcome. Stream Olaf encounters ASMR. I am not brushing my teeth on stream. That is one thing that I'm not gonna do. I only did 40 breakfasts, but it was followed by 40 Sunday roast lunches and 40 special Easter dinners. Jesus fucking Christ. And here I am having one. I had one breakfast and one dinner, and that was that. And I had to wake up at like fucking 11 a.m. That's not my usual time of waking up, so I was fucking dead tired. I had like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. It was awful. I know some people have less than that. I know, but yeah. Electric toothbrushes are absolutely worth it and have been alright. That's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear. I'm very glad to hear. Beast of Woodworkers Unite. Just finished 14-hour shift and right on time for Olaf time. Let's go. Is that Reggie Gigas in the background? It is, yes. He's a little city boy. If I look, there he is with Rowlet and Galarian Weezing. So he's just vibing there. And we have more Pokemon here as well behind me, but since I'm covering that side, it's not really too good. Subathon idea, brush your teeth on stream for 100 follows. Give us the Bone Show. No. Not for like 100 followers. I will do it for subscribers, not followers. Because if I would do it like... Fuck, I need to stretch out my leg because I'm already feeling my, like, pins and needles. I need to do this so I don't ruin the fort. There we go. Your fans demand it. No. Oh, that's plushy. It looks like plastic without fighting. Without lighting, yeah. It looks weird, doesn't it? It's a little plushy, man. Hopefully this doesn't ruin the fort. There you go. Little sit-down boy. There we go. Got him from the official Pokemon website. For like £15. So, yeah. You heard it here first, folks. 100 subs and we get a Bone Show. This is where you find out that the Bone Show is actually not what you wanted it to be. The Bone Show is actually me cutting off my bones. So yeah. Hi, give smooch. Just to give perspective, I am limited in movement over here. I'm a little fucked. So if you see me struggling, like turning around and stuff, you know it's because the movement in here is like very barely possible. ASMR smooch. No, I'm a little fucked. Proceeds to smooch Reggie Gigas. Listen, okay. To my children. I'll give them good night smoochers if I need to. Right. Anyway, how we're sounding. I hope we sound okay. I hope we sound good. I don't know how we sound because, like I said, the last time I streamed from this laptop was when I did the hot tub stream. And yeah, I don't know how I sound, so hopefully I sound good for like the bedtime story stuff. Actually, let me reposition myself a little bit, because what I need to do, let's hope I don't. There we go. There we go. Hello. Okay. So, like I said, this stream is going to be a little bit shorter than usual. Mostly because it's just going to be me reading bedtime stories, and I don't think we're going to be reading bedtime stories for 4 hours. So what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be reading... We're just going to be reading bedtime stories that we have currently. That got suggested, actually. I got suggested on my tweet like months ago. Because I wanted to do like a YouTube video of me reading the bedtime stories, but then it kind of didn't go as well. So, yeah. Save the feet bones for donations. That's where the real money is. Yay, story time. We have We have a few stories. Let me double check how many stories we actually have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. No. 9. 10 if we want both modernized and not modernized tale, but we move on. So yeah, we have a few. $100 for feet bones. Listen, if someone gives me $100 right now, I will show my feet on stream. Tempting? No. I have $1 and some change. Damn. Okay. So, what we need right now is we need some bedtime story music. This is very much not bedtime story music. Calming sleep music. Fucking Balanced by Dr. Namaste. No shot. Motherfucker named himself Dr. Namaste. You little punk bitch, bro. Okay. Just a disclaimer. I am not a professional story reader. I'm not don't expect some high quality reading from me. I rarely, if ever, actually read stories in my free time. I rarely even read in my free time. So, this is like a little bit of a kind of if I do mess up, I will continue, or if I do mess up, I will start again. So I hope you guys are ready for that. Maybe in July. That's fine. Listen, take care of yourself first before taking care of me. That's all. That's what I always say. Take care of yourself before you take care of me, because I'd rather you guys continue to live the day than I do. So, yeah. Anyway, the first story that we're gonna be reading is a story called "Goodnight Moon" by Margaret Wise Brown. Pictures by Clement Hurd. This is so funny because I've read a bedtime story which was "Go the fuck to sleep." That was during my subadonathon, I think, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but I remember reading that on stream, and that was that was fucking funny as shit. So anyway. Goodnight Moon by Margaret Wise Brown. In the green... Fuck. Already off to a good start. Already off to a fantastic start, let me tell you. That's not in the book. This is gonna be a pain. In the green fuck. Good night, June, what's that? Okay. Let's start again, shall we? Goodnight Moon by Margaret Wise Brown. In the great green room, there was a telephone and a red balloon and a picture of the cow jumping over the moon, and there were 3 little bears sitting on chairs, and 2 little kittens and a pair of mittens, and a little toy house and a young mouse, and a comb, and a comb and a brush and a bowl full of mush, and a quiet old lady who was whispering hush. Good night, room. Good night, moon. Good night, cow jumping over the moon. Good night, light and the red balloon. Good night, bears. Good night, chairs. Good night, kittens. And good night, mittens. Good night, clocks. And good night, socks. Good night, little house. And good night, mouse. Good night, comb. And good night, brush. Good night, nobody. Good night, mush. And good night to the old lady whispering hush. Good night, stars. Good night, air. Good night, noises everywhere. There you go. This is the first story. There's the first story. This stream could end in an hour. If this is how it's gonna be, this stream will literally end in 2 seconds. Who says goodnight to the wardrobe? Better say goodnight to the wardrobe unless you want to get the ghost to get you through. Good night story. Good night story. Okay, and that was sent by Schleeby. So thank you, Schleeby, for that story. You say goodnight to the wardrobe when you know there's something in there, but that something doesn't want you to know it's in there. So you creep the fuck out of that thing in the wardrobe. Clever. Very clever. Okay. Fuck. That's not gonna make it into the stream or into the video. Okay. Next up is a story called Love You Forever by Robert Munch. And this was sent by Little Dude. Bear with me whilst I hydrate. So, Little Dude, if you're still here, this is for you. Did I ever tell you that Ghost once tried to sleep in my bed back when I was still sleeping in room 3 rather than this flat? No, I don't believe you have. Which reminds me of a story, but I'll say that story after I finish this bedtime story. I treat motherfucker a lot. I'm doing my best. Okay. Next story. Love You Forever, written by Robert Munch. This page is left intentionally blank. I don't think that's part of the story, but... Okay. A mother held her new baby and very slowly rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she held him, she sang, I'll love you forever. I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. The baby grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was 2 years old. And he ran all around the house. He pulled all the books off the shelves. He pulled all the food out of the refrigerator, and he took his mother's watch and flushed it down the toilet. Sometimes his mother would say, "This kid is driving me crazy. What the fuck is this about?" But at night time, when the 2-year-old was quiet, she opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, looked up over the side of his bed, and if he was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. The little boy grew, he grew, and he grew, and he grew. He grew until he was 9 years old, and he never wanted to come in for dinner. He never wanted to take a bath, and when Grandma visited, he always said bad words. Sometimes his mother wanted to sell him to the zoo. But at night time, when he was asleep, the mother quietly opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed if he was really asleep. She picked up that 9-year-old boy and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, as long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." Ah, my leg. That's not what the baby said. That's me. My leg. Okay, time to switch gears. Okay. The boy grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a teenager. He had strange friends and he wore strange clothes and he listened to strange music. Sometimes the mother felt like she was in a zoo. But at night time, when the teenager was asleep, the mother opened the door to his room, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of the bed. If he was really asleep, she picked him up, that great big boy, and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. While she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." Why is she... Okay. Okay. Quick question. I'm not shitting on the story. I'm just wondering, one, why is she crawling? Two, how is she picking up? How is she must be fucking strong as shit, bro. She must be like big. She must have like the muscles of fucking Hercules. Because holy shit, she's picking him up while he's a teenager. God damn. Okay. I guess that's one thing that we're gonna find out about, like, when reading these stories. We're gonna find out, like, more and more about, like, how weird some bedtime stories are. So this is gonna be very interesting. That teenager grew. He grew and he grew and he grew. He grew until he was a grown-up man. He left home and got a house across town. But sometimes on dark nights, the mother got into a car and drove across town. If all the lights in her son's house were out, she opened his bedroom window, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of his bed. If that great big man was really asleep, she picked him up and rocked him back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while she rocked him, she sang, "I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." Little dude, what the fuck did you send? Please don't tell me this is a bedtime story that your mother read you. What is this? The fuck? Yeah, it is. Okay, respectfully. Did you know what the story was about? What is this? Nice fort, looks comfy. Thank you, Sleepy. Hi, Sleepy. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. Welcome. I'll read, like, longer messages after I finish the story. By the way, the story is not finished. Yeah, it's about a mother showing her love no matter the kid's choices. Did you know that she was climbing into his room? Holy shit. Okay, let's continue the story. I want to see how it ends. Now I'm intrigued. How this will be. Well, that mother, she got older and older and older. One day she called up her son and said, "You better come see me because I'm very old and sick." So her son came to her. When he came in the door, she tried to sing a song. She sang, "I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always." But she couldn't finish because she was too old and sick. The son went to his mother. He picked her up and rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And he sang this song, "I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my mummy you'll be." When the son came home that night, he stood for a long time at the top of the stairs. Then he went into the room where his very new baby daughter was sleeping. He picked her up in his arms and very slowly rocked her back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And while he rocked her, he sang, "I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be." The end. Okay. Wholesome story. But the fact that, hold on, where is it? If all the lights in her son's house were out, she opened his bedroom window, crawled across the floor, and looked up over the side of his bed. Did his wife just not pay attention? What is that about? Listen, if my mum broke into my house, I would be freaked the fuck out. I would literally be like, listen, I know you're my mother, but this is fucked. Knock on my door. Call me. Do not crawl on my fucking bedroom floor and then, come through the bedroom window. No, okay, well, there you go. Sorry, little dude, that I... I'm sure this is this is a very impactful story. And it is a very impactful story. But Jesus Christ. Fair enough. What? Okay. If you're in a room all by yourself, just say, "I know you're listening," even if you're sure there isn't anyone listening, just in case you creep them out. True story. I was sleeping facing the wall, so the second half of the king bed was empty and behind my back. And one night I was woken up by the feeling that someone's / something is stealing my cover. When I turned around, the cover was folded as if someone tried to lie down beside me. Pog. I have a very similar story, but it's kind of more fucked. Reminds me of having my hair played with while I'm sleeping, but then remembering I live alone. No. Let me just like me for real, for real. Why does she crow? Something's ticking on your mic. Or is it? Oh. It's okay. What it probably is the ring kind of hitting the microphone. So, yeah. But actually, we have read your story. It was the first one. Think of judging mothers of way of showing love. Listen. I'm just saying. She didn't crawl upside down. At least she wasn't the exorcist. Which is all that matters. What if, mom's real job is a thief or something? Listen, if she's a thief, sure. No, that's still not... Because then why she could still just fucking open the door normally. She could just normally getting through the door. Ask to be listen, hey, can I, rock you to sleep? if I'm rudely awakened and someone is in my room, I am punching them and maybe losing out, tossing them out the window, and I don't care if it's a stranger, ghost, my mother, or my boss. Exactly. It's simple as I'm like, bro. It's a great. Don't get me wrong. It was a great story about, like, you know, a loving mother after all the turmoil and choices, but in the end, and obviously the son carrying on the legacy. But it's kind of like that adult section. Rock me, Amadeus, Amadeus, Amadeus. Rock me, Amadeus, Amadeus, Amadeus. Okay. Next up is The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn. This is a story sent by Ray. I think it's Outcast Ray. My bedtime stories came from the encyclopedia and from Pink Floyd lyrics. Fair enough. Breathe, breathe in the air. Don't be afraid to care. Hey, homeless man, how's it going, brother? I'm doing good. How's my fellow homeless man doing? Hope you're doing good. How are the kids in the town? Oh, they're vibing. Look. They're chilling. Actually, chat, how are you guys doing? That's all that matters. Unfin Eyes, I think, was the popular choice for Pink Floyd songs. It's a good one. Weird one, but yeah. Pink Floyd's in general as a fucking, like, a bedtime story is definitely something, to say the least. Okay. Next song. My legs are still vibrating from work and back is killing me. I'll have to buy new shoes next week. How's it after? I'm doing good. Thank you very much for asking. Fucking weirdo. What the fuck? Aye, my leg. But yeah, I'm doing good. I'm vibing. I'm chilling. The blanket, like I said, I wish this was like a little bit different. I had a very different envisioned plan to have a blanket for and stuff, but this is so far good, so I'm not complaining. Do it like this. We're good. Tell the ghost story. Oh, okay. So the ghost story that I've had was so I think I've said this story like different times along like I've said this like story I think various different times on stream, but I might say it again. So back when I was at uni, I used to live in like a house, like a university house, with like 5 other people. So it was like in total there was 6 of us. So there were 6 of us, and we were kind of, we had our own bedrooms, except for one pair which they were living together. But we all have our separate bedrooms. My one was on like the bottom floor, which I agreed to because I was like, if anyone's gonna break in, I'm gonna be the first line of defense against those people. So this is all like kind of unrelated too much, but okay, I think we're good. Is the music still going? Is the music being picked up? Very barely. Okay. So the ghost story that I have, it's mostly, it's, there you go. Pog. Okay. So the ghost story I have is not really a ghost story, mostly like maybe sleep paralysis. But it freaked me the fuck out. So, one day I was laying in bed. I was kind of like laying in bed, chilling, and then, I felt like, because it was like a single bed. Maybe not a single, like maybe like a single and a half. And it was very interesting. So I was like laying in bed sleeping, and then one day, I felt my like mattress. You know how when you get on the mattress or whatever, like the mattress kind of sinks in when you like put your leg or whatever? Yeah, I felt that coming from like the other side of the bed. And then like, I don't know whether it was like my sleep paralysis. I think it was. Like I've heard whispering, and the whispering was like, "Shh, don't scream, Olaf, or something's gonna happen." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And I felt like they were like literally above me, and I couldn't move. So I was like thinking to myself, "Shit, what the fuck is going on?" I like 5 minutes later, I kind of like shook out of that like state, and I kind of like turned around and no one was there. So I was like scared to sleep for the rest of the night, because I was just like sitting there just like, holy shit, that was really, really weird. And I think I realized at that point, because bear in mind, there was a point in time in which I could not sleep whatsoever. Or I say couldn't sleep. I slept for like 3 hours a day, maybe 4 hours a day, and then I like took naps during the day, because my sleeping pattern is fucked. I used to go to sleep by like 5 a.m. and then I had a lecture at 9, so I had to wake up at 8. It was a lot. So yeah, so yeah, I feel like that was like what kind of dominoed effect into me being like, me having sleep paralysis and experiencing stuff. But yeah, it never happened again before, so I'm very happy about that. No, never happened to me after that. So I'm very happy about that. But it did happen like multiple times during my times in uni, and specifically that uni house. Nowhere else, like nowhere in a uni accommodation or anything. That specific place was really weird. So yeah. Anyway, horror story finished. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna keep on reading the next story, or we'll start reading the next story. It sounds like sleep paralysis because of the mucked up sleep schedule. Sounds like uni. Yeah, it was awful. I let me tell you, my sleep. I barely had any sleep during uni, and it was not great. But yeah. Anyway, next story. The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried, "I don't want to go to school," he told his mother. "I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you?" Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. "Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do," she told him gently, "even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you will love school once you start. You'll make new friends and play with new toys, read new books, and swing on new swings. Besides," she added, "I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home." Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. "A secret? What kind of secret?" "A very old secret," said Mrs. Raccoon. I learnt it from my mother, and she learnt it from hers. It's called the Kissing Hand." "The Kissing Hand?" asked Chester. "What's that?" "I'll show you." Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right on the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand up his arm and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. "Now," told Chester. "Now," she told Chester, "whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, 'Mommy loves you, Mommy loves you.' And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty warm thoughts." She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. "Now do be careful not to lose it," she teased him. "But don't worry. When you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick." Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly he turned to his mother and grinned. "Give me your hand," he told her. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and on his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. Now you have a kissing hand, too," he told her, and with a gentle goodbye, "and I love you," Chester turned and danced away. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across a tree limb and enter the school. And as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. "Chester loves you," it sang. "Chester loves you. I love you." The end. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. There was something that this kind of story reminds me of when I was like a little kid. When I was a little kid, I used to this still happens. So back, I don't know if anyone else did this, But when I used to grow up, or when I used to go to school, or start a new year at school, I used to fucking cry because I was a little pussy ass bitch. I used to be a little pussy ass bitch, and I would like cry because I didn't want to go to school, and because I missed my mommy. But then it kind of got better as years went on. Bear in mind, I don't know if I've ever said this story on stream ever, just ever. Fun fact: during nursery, so like I don't know if it's like I don't know how nursery works, but I got kicked out of nursery. and they told me they told my grandma to never give me never bring me back because of how much I fucking cried. Can you believe that? I genuinely got kicked out of a nursery because of how much I cried, and because of that, none of the kids were able to sleep. So they fucking kicked me out of the fucking nursery, and they went, yeah, we don't want you here. Which is fucked, by the way. That is so fucking stupid. I just realized what I could do to make this even more, like, moody. Hold on. There you go. I got kicked out of school because of I cried too much. I was a little pussy ass bitch, and I'm so upset because why the fuck would they do that? I don't know if that's still a thing nowadays, but that's fucked. I hate it. It was honestly dreadful. It was one of the worst experiences I've had, and I never realized this until like years later, when I'm just like, they kicked me out of school because I was crying too much. Those fuckers. So yeah, we're gonna continue with the next story. This story we have seen we have heard from me times before, and this is gonna be everyone's favorite. Go the fuck to sleep by Adam Mansbach. The cats nestle close to the kittens now. The lambs have laid down with the sheep. You're cozy and warm in your bed, my dear. Please go the fuck to sleep. The windows are dark in the town, child. The whales huddle down in the deep. I'll read you one very last book if you swear you'll go the fuck to sleep. The eagles who soar through the sky are at rest, and the creatures who crawl, run, and creep. I know you're not thirsty, that's bullshit, stop lying. Lie the fuck down, my darling, and sleep. The wind whispers soft through the grass, hun. The field mice, they make not a peep. It's been 38 minutes already. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Go to sleep. All the kids from daycare are in dreamland. The froggy has made his last leap. Hell no, you can't go to the bathroom. You know where you can go? The fuck to sleep. The owls fly forth from the treetops. Through the air they soar and they sweep. A hot crimson rage fills my heart, love. For real, shut the fuck up and sleep. The cubs and lions are snoring, wrapped in a big snuggly heap. How is it you can do all this other great shit, but you can't lie down and fucking sleep? The seeds slumber beneath the earth now, and the crops that the farmers will reap. No more questions, the interview's over. I've got 2 words for you, kid. Fucking sleep. The tiger reclines in the simmering jungle. The sparrow has silenced her cheep. Fuck your stuffed bear. I'm not getting you shit. Close your eyes, cut the crap, and sleep. The flowers those low in the meadows and high on the mountains so steep. My life is a failure. I'm a shitty ass parent. Stop fucking with me, please, and sleep. The giant pangolins of Madagascar are snoozing as I lie here and openly weep. Sure, fine, whatever, I'll bring you some milk. Who the fuck cares? You're not gonna sleep. The room is all I can remember. The furniture, crappy and cheap. You win, you escape, you run down the hall as I nod the fuck off and sleep. Bleary and dazed, I awaken to find your eyes shut, so I keep my fingers crossed tight as I tiptoe away and pray that you're fucking asleep. We're finally watching our movie. Popcorn's in the microwave, beep. Oh shit. God damn it. You've got to be kidding me. Come on, go the fuck back to sleep. The end. And that was given by Lyndon. Thank you, Lyndon, for the suggestion. I want to say you're still crying about it, but that seems so mean. Wow. Well, no, I wasn't crying about it, about being kicked out. I was just crying about shit. I don't know what. But yes, I'm crying about it now because it's kind of fucked that you get kicked out of a fucking nursery. Water break. Hydration break. Ugh. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay. This one's gonna be a long one. So I hope you guys are prepared. Oh, I need to plug in the laptop. I think we should be fine. How much we got? 42%. We should be fine. Okay, I think we should be fine. This one's gonna be a long one. So wait, should I do the short ones? I think I'll do the short ones first. I'll do the short ones first because Freshie suggested I do a Brothers Grimm story, and we might as well wait until we do that one last. So yeah, where are people posting these? They were posted on my Twitter on when I did a tweet about reading bedtime stories. I can't remember like exactly where the tweet was. It was back in January, I think it was. So that's where it was. They're not like constantly putting them on. They're just been there waiting for the longest time. Oh, my leg. That's what she said. No. Okay. Next story. Let me fucking fix my hair. Ugh. Okie dokie. Next story. By May. It's by Annabelle Lee. Or is it called Annabelle Lee? May, what's the story called? If you're still here and not asleep. That's the bigger question here. Did May fall asleep? They probably did. Okay, let's just continue with the story. It was many year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabelle Lee. And this maiden, she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child and she was a child in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love. I and my Annabelle Lee, with a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabelle Lee, so that her high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulchre. I think that's what it says. In this kingdom by the sea, the angels not half so happy in heaven when envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know, in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabelle Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we. And neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever my soul, from the soul of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. And the stars never rise, but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. And so, all the night tide, I lie down by the side of my beautiful, my darling, my love, and my bride. There you go. Annabelle Lee. Fancy tomb. Fancy tomb. Huh? What? What about a fancy tomb? Also, may I ask you what the name of the fucking story was called? Is it called Annabelle Lee? And who was it by? Annabelle Lee. Edgar Allan Poe. Oh. Fair enough. Okay. Well, Annabelle Lee by Edgar Allan Poe. There you go. Okay. Next story. Are you tweeting one to you? Okay. May. Poe, not O. Oh, sorry. Let me. Poe. Fucking punk. Come at me. Anyway, next story. Next story is called There Was an Old Woman Who Swallowed a Fly. There was an old woman who swallowed a fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old woman who swallowed a spider that wiggled and giggled and jiggled inside her. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly, but I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old woman who swallowed a bird. How absurd. To swallow a bird? She swallowed the bird to catch the spider. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. But I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she will die. There was an old woman who swallowed a cat. Imagine that. She swallowed a cat. She swallowed the cat to catch the bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. But I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old woman who swallowed a dog. What a hog! To swallow a dog. She swallowed the dog to catch the cat. She swallowed the cat to catch the bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. But I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she will die. There was an old woman who swallowed a cow. I don't know how she swallowed a cow. She swallowed the cow to catch the dog. She swallowed the dog to catch the cat. She swallowed the cat to catch the bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly, but I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old woman who swallowed a horse, and she's dead, of course. The end. What a fucking story. What a story, huh? Oh, I know this one. You know this one? Oh, this story. This old woman was on some weird drugs, living in a shoe, swallowing animals. What the fuck? More of the story. We need Peter after all. We do. We very much do. This is where I flex my mother's library knowledge. Oh my god. Amazing. Okay. We have 3 more stories left. No, 4. Fuck. I forgot. Next stop is If You Give a Mouse a Cookie by Laura Joff Numeroff. If you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for a glass of milk. When you give him the milk, he'll probably ask you for a straw. When he's finished, he'll ask for a napkin. Then he will want to look in a mirror to make sure he doesn't have a milk mustache. When he looks into the mirror, he might notice his hair might need a trim, so he'll probably ask for a pair of nail scissors. When he's finished giving himself a trim, he'll want a broom to sweep up. He'll start sweeping. He might get carried away and sweep every room in the house. He may even end up washing the floors as well. When he's done, he'll probably want to take a nap. You will have to fix a little box for him with a blanket and a pillow. He'll crawl in, make himself comfortable, and fluff the pillow a few times. He'll probably ask you to read him a story. So you read him one from one of your books, and he will ask to see the pictures. When he looks at the pictures, he'll get so excited. He'll want to draw one of his own. He'll ask for paper and crayons. He'll draw a picture. When the picture is finished, he'll want you to sign his name. He'll want to sign his name with a pen. Then he'll want to hang the picture on the refrigerator, which means he will need Scotch tape. He will hang up his drawing and stand back to look at it. Looking at the refrigerator will remind him that he's so thirsty, so he will ask for a glass of milk. And chances are, if he asks for a glass of milk, he's going to want a cookie to go with it. The end. There you go. I sadly can't send any of the stories I was being told. As all the stories I remember are in Hungarian. That's fair. I don't think I've ever been told stories as I slept. If there's any Polish one, no, I don't. I don't remember any of them. I don't remember any. Hold on, I'm gonna check on something. I'll be back. That I am. Yes. Sorry. Hello. Sorry, I had to check up on something. Yeah, oddly enough, you were trying to summon Bogdan, but I actually had to check up on Bogdan because... Whatever. Anyway, we need to... Let's carry on. Oh, this one's a long story as well, okay. Okay. Right. Forget the Telltale Heart. Read Hours. Which one? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, the next up we're going to be reading The Gashly Crumb Tinies, a very gory alphabet book. The Gashly Crumb Tinies. Okay, here we go. I'm also keeping up in the with the battery because I don't know when it will die. I don't have anywhere to plug it in really right now. The chat, oh. The starter riot, no, Olaf is going to come back to see Fallen smoking. The crowd has chosen riot, we paid for blood. Reggie is there crying at the burning pile. Why did he leave us in the rubble? They will shout. Father cares not for us. Abandoned, they scream. Fuck it, we'll make our own story. No! I've just ring the bell at my hotel. I did. Yes, actually, it was me. Once upon a time, there was a great chef ruling over his kingdom of pathetic underlings. A red team donkey was in charge of the squid, but lo, the great chef declared it so raw that the squid was still heard throughout the kingdom telling a sponge to fuck off. Oh my god. Didn't finish the stream. Oh my god, no. 24-hour stream just staring at the plushies. I would do that. I want to try it at some point to see how much money we can make off that. That'll be very funny. Anyway, let's continue. Okay. The Gashly Crumb Tinies. The gruesome alphabet, the very gory alphabet. A is for Amy who fell down the stairs. B is for Basil assaulted by bears. C is for Clara who wasted away. D is for Desmond thrown out of the sleigh. E is for Ernest who choked on a peach. F is for Fanny who sucked dry by a leech. G is for George smothered under the rug. H is for Hector done in by a fog. I is for Ida who drowned in a lake. J is for James who took a lie by mistake. K is for Kate who was struck with an axe. L is for Leo who swallowed some tacks. M is for Maud who was swept out to sea. N is for Neville who died of ennui. O is for Olive run through with an awl. P is for Prue trampled flat in a brawl. Q is for Quentin, who sank in a mire. R is for Rhoda, consumed by a fire. S is for Susan, who perished of fits. T is for Titus, who flew into bits. U is for Una, who slipped down a drain. V is for Victor, who squashed under a train. W is for Winnie, embedded by ice. X is for Xerxes, devoured by mice. Y is for Yorick, whose head was knocked in. Z is for Zilia, who drank too much gin. F is for family. F is for family. Okay. Next up, we're going to read The Telltale Heart. That and then the Brothers Grimm story. Because I feel like it'll be better to finish on a Brothers Grimm story. The Telltale Heart. It's true. Yes, I have been ill, very ill. But why do you say that? I have lost control of my mind. Why do you say that I am mad? Can you not see that I have full control of my mind? Is it not clear that I'm not mad? Indeed, the illness only made my mind, my feelings, my senses stronger, more powerful. My sense of hearing especially became more powerful. I could hear sounds I had never heard before. I heard sounds from heaven. I heard sounds from hell. Listen, and I'll tell you how it happened. You will hear how healthy my mind is. It is impossible to say how the idea first entered my head. There was no reason for what I did. I did not hate the old man. I even loved him. He had never hurt me. I did not want his money. I think it was his eye. His eye was like the eye of a vulture. The eye of one of those terrible birds that watch and wait while an animal dies, and then fall upon the dead body and pull it to pieces to eat it. This is not a bedtime story. But we move. When the old man looked at me with his vulture eye, a cold feeling went up and down my back. Even my blood became cold. And so I finally decided I had to kill the old man and close that eye forever. Oh, God. You passed the bedtime stories. The babies are asleep. It's adult time. No. Oh, my God. So you think that I am mad. A madman cannot plan. But you should have seen me. During all of that week, I was as friendly to the old man as I could be, and warm and loving. Every night about 12 o'clock, I slowly opened his door. And when the door was opened wide enough, I put my hand in. And then my head, and in my hand I held a light covered over the cloth so that no light showed. And I stood there quietly. Then carefully I lifted the cloth just a little so that a single thin small light fell across the eye. For 7 nights I did this, 7 long nights, every night at midnight. Always the eye was closed, so it was impossible for me to do the work. For it was not the old man I felt I had to kill, it was the eye, his evil eye. And every morning I went to his room, and with a warm, friendly voice I asked him how he slept. He could not guess that every night, just at 12, I looked at him as he slept. The 8th night I was more than usually careful as I opened the door. The hands of a clock moved more quickly than did my hand. Never before had I felt so strongly my own power. I was now sure of success. The old man was lying there not dreaming that I was at his door. Suddenly he moved in his bed. You may think I became afraid, but no. The darkness in his room was thick and black. I knew He could not see the opening of the door. I continued to push the door slowly, softly. I put in my head, I put in my hand, with the covered light. Suddenly, old man sat straight up in bed and cried, "Who's there?" I stood quite still. For a whole hour, I did not move. Nor did I hear him again lie down in his bed. He just sat there, listening. Then I heard a sound, a low cry of fear, which escaped from the old man. Now I knew that he was sitting up in his bed, filled with fear. I knew that he knew that I was there. He did not see me there, he could not hear me there, he felt me there. Now he knew that death was standing there. Slowly, little by little, I lifted the cloth, until a small light escaped from under it to fall upon the vulture eye. It was open, wide open, and my anger increased as it looked straight at me. I could not see the old man's face, only the eye. That hard blue eye, and the blood in my body became like ice. Have I not told you that my hearing had become unusually strong? Now I could hear a quick, low, soft sound, like the sound of a clock heard through a wall. It was the beating of the old man's heart. I tried to stand quietly, but the sound grew louder. The old man's fear must have been great indeed. As the sound grew louder, my anger became greater and more painful. And there was more than anger. In the quiet night, in the dark silence of the bedroom, my anger became fear. For the heart was beating so loudly that I was sure someone must hear. The time had come. I rushed into the room, crying, "Die! Die!" The old man gave a loud cry of fear as I fell upon him, held the bed covers tightly over his head. Still his heart was beating, but I smiled as I felt that success was near. For many minutes that heart continued to beat, but at least the beating stopped. The old man was dead. I took away the bed covers and held my ear over his heart. There was no sound. Yes, he was dead, dead as stone. His eye would trouble me no more. So I am mad, you say? You should have seen how careful I was to put the body when no one could find it. First I cut off the head, then the arms, then the legs. I was careful not to let a single drop of blood fall on the floor. I pulled up 3 of the boards that formed the floor. Put the pieces of the body there. Carefully, so carefully that no human eye could see that they had been moved. As I finished this work, I heard that someone was at the door. It was now 4 o'clock in the morning, but still dark. I had no fear, however, as I went down to open the door. 3 men were at the door, 3 officers of the police. One of the neighbors has heard the old man's cry and had called the police. These 3 had come to ask questions and to search the house. I asked the police to come in. The cry, I said, was my own, in a dream. The old man, I said, was away. He had gone to visit a friend in the country. I took them through the whole house, telling them to search it all, to search well. I led them finally into the old man's bedroom, as if playing a game. With them, I asked them to sit down and talk for a while. My easy, quiet manner made the policeman believe my story, so they sat talking with me in a friendly way. But although I answered them in the same way, I soon wished that they would go. My head hurt, and there was a strange sound in my ears. I talked more and faster, and the sound became clearer. And still they sat and talked. Suddenly I knew that the sound was not in my ears, it was not just inside of my head. At that moment I must have become quite white. I talked still faster and louder, and the sound too became louder. It was quick, low, soft sound, like the sound of a clock heard through a wall. A sound I knew well. Louder it became, and louder. Why did the men not go? Louder and louder. I stood up and walked quickly around the room. I pushed my chair across the floor to make more noise to cover that terrible sound. I talked even louder, and still the man sat and talked and smiled. Was it possible that they could not hear? No, they heard. I was certain of it. They knew. Now, It was they who were playing a game with me. I was suffering more than I could bear from their smiles and from the sound. Louder, louder, louder. Suddenly, I could bear it no longer. I pointed out the boards and cried, yes, yes, I killed him. Pull up the boards and you shall see. I killed him. But why does his heart not stop beating? Why does it not stop? There you go. Ow. My fucking leg. Ugh. Okay, there we go. A Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe. This is also the modern version, so you look some tack from pretty writing. Huh? What? And yes, it is modern. I did choose the modern one. Do some tact. Oh, okay. Okay. And then lastly, we have, I think, the longest story we had. We have a Brothers Grimm story, suggested by Freshy Canal. Little Red Riding Hood. My fucking leg. It's going through so many pins and needles right now. That is fucking unbelievable. Ugh. How much percentage do we have? 21. Okay. Let's blitz through this so that the phone doesn't fuck it. The what's it called? The laptop doesn't die. Okay. Little Red Riding Hood by the Brothers Grimm. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who was so sweet and kind that everyone loved her. Her grandmother, who loved her more than anyone, gave her a little cap made of red velvet, which suited her so well that she wanted to wear it all the time. Because of that, everyone took to calling her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, her mother said to her, Little Red Riding Hood, I've got a job for you. Your grandmother isn't well, and I want you to take her this cake and a bottle of wine. They'll make her feel a lot better. You be polite when you go into her house. Give her a kiss from me. Be careful on the way there, and don't step off the path, or you might trip over and break the bottle and drop the cake, and then there'd be nothing for her. When you go into her parlor, don't forget to say, Good morning, Granny, and don't go peering into all corners. I'll do everything right, do not worry, said Little Red Riding Hood, and kissed her mother goodbye. Her grandmother lived in the woods, about half an hour's walk away. When Little Red Riding Hood had only been walking a few minutes, a wolf came up to her. She didn't know what a wicked animal he was, so she wasn't afraid of him. Good morning, Little Red Riding Hood, said the wolf. Thank you, wolf, and then good morning to you. Where are you going so early this morning? To Granny's house. And what's in that basket of yours? Granny's not very well, so I'm taking her some cake and some wine. We baked the cake yesterday, and it's full of good things like flour and eggs. And it will be good for her and make her feel better. Where does your granny live, Little Red Riding Hood? Well, I have to walk along this path till I come to 3 big oak trees, and that's her house, behind a hedge of hazel bushes. It's not very far away, about 15 minutes. A walk, I suppose. You must know the place, said Little Red Riding Hood. The wolf thought, Now this dainty young thing looks a very tasty mouthful. She will taste even better than the old woman. But if I'm careful, I'll be able to eat them both. So he walked along a while with this Little Red Riding Hood, and then he said, Look at those flowers, Little Red Riding Hood. Aren't they lovely? The ones under the trees over there? Why don't you go closer so you can see them properly? And you seem as though you're walking to school. All serious and determined, you never hear the birds if you go along like that. It's so lovely in the woods. It's a shame not to enjoy it. Little Red Riding Hood looked where he was pointing. And when he saw the sunbeams dancing here and there between the trees and how beautiful the flowers grew everywhere, she thought, I could gather some flowers to take to Granny. She'll be very pleased with those. And it's still early. I've got time to do that and still be home on time. So she stepped off the path and ran into the trees to pick some flowers. But each time she picked one, she saw an even prettier one a bit further away. So she ran to get that as well. And all the time she went further and further into the wood. But while she was doing that, the wolf ran straight to the grandmother's house and knocked at the door. Who's there? Little Red Riding Hood, said the wolf. I've got some cake and wine for you. Open the door. Just lift the hatch, said the grandmother. I'm feeling too weak to get out of bed. The wolf lifted the latch and their door opened. He went inside, looked around to see where she was, and then leaped on the grandmother's bed and ate her all up in one gulp. Then he put on her clothes, put her nightcap on his head, and pulled the curtains tight shut, got into bed. All that time, Little Red Riding Hood had been wandering about picking flowers. Once she had gathered so many that she couldn't hold any more, she remembered that she was supposed to be. She remembered what she was supposed to be doing, and set off along the path to her grandmother's house. She had a surprise when she got there because the door was open and the room was dark. My goodness, she thought, I don't like this. I feel afraid, and I usually like it at Granny's house. She called out, Good morning, Granny. But there was no answer. She went to the bed and pulled up on the curtains. There was her grandmother lying with her cap pulled down, looking very strange. Oh, Granny, what big ears you've got. All the better to hear you with. Granny, what big eyes you've got. All the better to see you with. And Granny, what big hands you've got. All the better to hold you with. And oh, Granny, what a great, grim, ghastly mouth you've got. All the better to eat you with. And as soon as the wolf said that, he leaped out of the bed and gobbled up Little Red Riding Hood. Once he'd swallowed her, he felt full and satisfied, and since the bed was so nice and soft, he climbed back in, fell deeply asleep, and began to snore very loudly indeed. Just then, a huntsman was passing by. The woman was making such a noise, he thought. I better go and see if she's all right. He went into the parlor, and when he came near the bed, he stopped in astonishment. You old sinner, he thought. I've been looking for you for a long time. I found you at last. He raised his rifle to his shoulder, but then he put it down again because it occurred to him that the wolf might have eaten the old lady, and he might be able to rescue her. So he put down the rifle and took a pair of scissors and began to snip open the wolf's bulging belly. After only a couple snips, he saw the red velvet cap, and a few snips later, the girl jumped out. Oh, that was terrible, she said. I was so frightened. It was so dark in the wolf's belly. And then the grandmother began to clamber out, a bit out of breath, but not much the worse for her experience. While the hunter helped her to a chair, Little Red Riding Hood ran outside to fetch some heavy stones. They filled the wolf's body with them. And then Little Red Riding Hood sewed him up very neatly, and then they woke him up. Seeing the hunter there with his gun, the wolf panicked and ran outside, but he didn't get very far. The stones were so heavy that soon he fell down dead. All three of them were very happy. The hunter skinned the wolf and went home with the pelt. Granny ate the cake and drank the wine, and Little Red Riding Hood thought, what a narrow escape. As long as I live, I'll never do that again. If Mother tells me to stay on the path, that's exactly what I'll do. The end. There you go. What an ending. Wait, hold on. There's more to this. I suppose that this and Cinderella are the two best-known fairy tales in Britain at any rate, and they both owe a great deal of their popularity to Charles Perrault. His version differs from Grimm mainly in that it ends with the wolf eating Little Red Riding Hood. There's no rescue by a brave huntsman. Instead, a moralistic verse warns that not all wolves are wild. Some of them are smooth-talking seducers. The huntsman is an interesting detail. The German forests were not just wilderness, belonging to no one. The owners were often of princely rank. And after the great demand for shipbuilding timber and the destruction of the forests to make way for crops and cattle to feed the armies of 30-year wars, what they wanted most from the woods was pleasure and recreation. Hunting, in a word, as John Eliot Gardiner says in his forthcoming work on J.S. Bach, in terms of influencing the way their princely owners' woods were managed. The huntsman eclipsed the trained forester, just as the pheasant and the gatekeeper today so often has more sway than the woodsman. Perhaps forester being less confident with wild animals than a huntsman and less likely to carry a gun too, would have tiptoed away carefully from the sleeping wolf and left riding Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother to be digested. There you go. I feel so old. No. Tilt your head from side to side to alleviate pins and needles. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I feel so old. Feels like a waste of time to stitch him back together just to have him die right after. A Little Red Riding Hood, am I right? Stay on the path, kids. Why, May? Little Red stayed on the path and ended up eaten by a wolf. That's Grandma's fault, so real moral, if Grandma fucks up and got eaten, let her. The best Little Red Riding Hood story is Hoodwinked, and no one will argue with me against that. If you've never seen Hoodwinked, watch Hoodwinked. Hoodwinked is one of the best Little Red Riding Hood stories to exist in general. That's all I'm going to say. If you've never watched Hoodwinked, you should. You definitely should. Do not watch the second one. Watch the first one. It's a fucking fantastic story. And yes, the animation is shit, but I do suggest you watch it because it's really good. I've seen both. Good. Wow. May, you actually watch movies? Holy shit, that's crazy. Okay. Right. I saw it when it came out. I remember loving it. So I'm long overdue for a rewatch. Yes, I need to rewatch it as well. It's one of my favorite cartoons. I say cartoons. It's one of my favorite movies that I remember from childhood. It's such a good movie. Just B-list movies, apparently. Yeah, Hoodwinked is amazing. If I genuinely suggest it to a lot of people because Hoodwinked is a story in which it defies expectations for a lot of people. For Little Red Riding Hood, I don't want to spoil it if you haven't watched it, but it's so fucking good. It's genuinely so fucking good. You have a fucking talking frog in that movie. You also have a thing where grandma is a fucking extreme sports star, and she just fucking does extreme sports in her off time, but no one knows apart from her. So yeah, it's so good. It's so fucking good, man. You know what? You know what could be good? I think movie night. We need to do a movie night for Discord, and I think Hoodwinked will be the movie to do a movie night on. That'd be pretty good. Not even for like, I think like a movie night for everyone. I need to like do a movie night for Patreon. Not for Patreon. I need to do a movie night for Discord, and that'll be very fun. Need to organize that. Let's see, what's the percentage like? 14%. Okay. Let's go for 2 hours. Okay, so let's push on those 5 minutes. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing good. Hope people have not fallen asleep. I say that, but I'm pretty sure people did fall asleep. I don't know. We'll see. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone had a wonderful Easter. More importantly. Hope everyone enjoyed the time here. I did. I'm not surprised. Trying to stay up. Oh no. Do you have something to do today? But yeah, hope everyone's Easter went well. Hope everyone, like I said, got what they wanted. Hope everyone enjoyed their time today. So yeah. Happy Wester for the Western friends. Happy Wester. Today as in Monday. Today as in why do you need to stay up? Or as in today as in like Sunday. Because it's still Sunday. For like the next 30 minutes. And for Americans it's today as well. Oh, God. For everyone, today is today. That's how today works. True. True. I was supposed to have D&D after 1 a.m., but it's cancelled because of stupid Easter. Stupid Easter. God damn it. Fucking my brother in Christ. Relax. There we go. Hello. No, I'm just staying up because I want to stay up until the end of the stream. Well, we're finishing very soon, so you could go to sleep very, very soon. Destroy the blanket fort? No, because I'll be engulfed by it. I don't want it. Bring down the kingdom? No. Do not do that. Do not. I built this. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city on rock and roll. Do 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 do. Bum bum. Bottom bottom. Beam beam. I'm huffing and puffing to blow your blanket fort down. No. Raise the fort to the ground. No. Don't do this. Don't do this to me, man. I put effort. I put effort into this. I've been trying, like, I'm not even kidding. I spent like an hour trying different things to see, like, if I can make this work. Oh, that song's gonna be stuck in my head all night. Good. Good. Okay, since you asked nicely, thank you. I appreciate it. I feel like I want to do this more often. Like, do it like maybe like once a month. We could do like a Sunday vibe day where we just sit, make a blanket fort, and then just talk. I do like, what would be fun is like doing like a little kind of like a talking stream, especially in a blanket fort, where I ask you about stuff and you guys ask me about stuff, and just we talk about random shit, random topics. That would be nice. Hell yeah, big vibes. Big vibes. I want to do this. This is really nice. I just need to think of a way more proficient way to keep up the blanket fort. Speaking of songs stuck in the head, I've been listening to Egypt Central White Rabbit all day to show my Easter spirit. Don't believe I've heard of that song. Might listen to it after stream. Hell yeah, we love the Easter spirit. We love the Easter. Woo, Easter, let's go. I still got like so much candy left. Because my mother bought like a lot of like chocolate for my niece. And there's so much left, and because she didn't take all of it. So I'm fucking munching that bitch. And there's still so much like food left from dinner and breakfast as well. So I'm kind of gonna munch on that. Yeah, listen to the song first before cheering for it. Okay, I will. May the Easter spirit enter you all. No, that's bad. That is bad. Okay. That is, I think that's going to conclude the stream for today. We've been streaming for 2 hours. It's the most we could have done today. I know it's a short stream. I know it was like not too long. I hope people did enjoy the blanket fort and like the bedtime story stuff. I hope it was fun for people. I hope it was interesting for people. Please let me know if you want to see more of this, because I will absolutely do this more, because this seems fun. Like a little kind of intimate session with you guys, kind of like sitting back, talking with you guys, not playing a game. It's kind of nice. So let me know if you want this more often, because like I said, what I could do is potentially have this like once every month. So yeah, we should do this again for Halloween. Halloween could be nice. Like read scary stories instead. That would be fun. Or like watch scary videos. That could be funny. Yeah. I enjoyed this. I genuinely enjoyed this. Okay. However, I will finish the stream here because my battery is going to die. So, yeah. That'll be my favorite. Scary videos under a pillow fort. Fuck yeah, let's go. We'll do that. We'll do that. If you want to see scary video, I can send you a link to my high school graduation. I'm okay, thank you. No. I've got my old... I don't even have my old school graduation. Like, recording. Sad. Anyway, yes, my battery is gonna die very soon. Like, very, very soon. So, we're gonna finish the stream here. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for staying. I appreciate every single one of you. Hope you all have a wonderful day / night / whatever time zone you're in. Take care of yourselves, take care of your family, but most importantly, take care of yourselves. You're beautiful, fantastic, amazing, spectacular, cute, adorable, and just brilliant, fantabulous beings that live in this plane of existence. Tomorrow is Monday, so I'm going to be taking that day off, obviously. And then Tuesday, I think we'll be starting Xenoblade Chronicles on Tuesday. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I'm not too sure, depending on if I have the money to buy the game. That is one thing, because it all depends on if I have money to buy game. That's all it depends on. So yeah. Because, you know, my graduation is not even the crazy celebration I was part of. Oh my god. Leave that story for another day. Or send it to me on DMs. Anyway. We're going to finish the stream here. Yeah, so next stream is going to be Tuesday. I don't know what we're going to be doing. If I get Xenoblade Chronicles 2 by Tuesday, then I'll do Xenoblade Chronicles. If not, I might do some TFT and or various other games until I can get Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So yeah, was that a birthday party where they threw tear gas in the venue? Fun. Jesus Christ. Fun birthday party for that person, huh? Okay, we are finishing the stream here. No stream tomorrow, stream on Tuesday. And yeah, I love you and leave it all for tonight. Take care of yourselves, and thank you very much for staying with me for this blanket fort stream. I appreciate every single one of you. I love you and leave you all for tonight. Take care of yourselves. Sleep well. And I'll see you all on Tuesday. Take care and good night. Bye-bye.